And we're back. And we're back. My goodness. Okay, so let's get into the package. These are so pretty. So much prettier in person, I think. Hi, Jamie. How are you? I got these, which I think would look super pretty with this outfit that I've got on now, but I don't know. I love this necklace too, I have to say. I love it. It's a little bow tie. And I ordered this bracelet. Hi, Donna. I ordered this bracelet too. Isn't that gorgeous? So I think I'm actually going to wear that today. I think. And I think I'm going to choose this necklace to wear with it. I just think this necklace is so funky and so cool. I think that's it. Yes, that is the last of my order from my girl. Hello, Donna. I'm going to open these and get these on. Maybe I'll get them on. Anyway, so we were talking about trust earlier and how important that is. And I think there's part of us that like knows that trust is important, but there's another part that, I don't know what overrides trust. Sometimes people just need to talk and they confide in you and they trust you, and that's totally awesome. We have to not make them feel like, anybody who's ever had trust violated knows what I'm talking about right now. I've had my trust violated. I mean, that was kind of my biggest hang up, I guess, from not jumping on here, was I was afraid. I lived in kind of a fear of people. I love people, but you know, I was always worried that, you know, I was always worried that I was going to be misused, I guess, and that things I would say would be mistaken, or it would bring me back to that, you know, that violation. I don't even know that I can get this on. I can't that way. I've got my finger over the little clasp. That's one thing that's difficult with nails, just so you know. We got it. We got it. Boom. And I think this would be really pretty with it. What do you guys think? I think we're going to put the bracelet on too. I'm going to try to put the bracelet on. I may have to have some help afterwards. I think I'm going to need help afterwards. So we have to remember that. We kind of have to like just take that in the back of our mind and think about it. Like, let that resonate right there. Let us think about the fact when somebody trusts us, what that means. But it's Friday, and we should be really happy because it's Friday. Friday is always a good day. People are happier on Fridays, genuinely happier, and I think that kind of stems from the old like working system. You know, most people used to work Monday through Friday, and so that feeling of like, the weekend is coming, still very much so holds relevant, because even people who have to work the weekends are still happier on Fridays. I have to make weird faces. To apply it. And then I just kind of go in there and clean off the excess, because it dries faster when I do that. very excited. We did a really muted look up top because we're going to do a bold red lip today. I'm going to rock red lips. We'll see how that goes. Red is still one of those colors I'm like not 100% certain that I can wear. But I will tell you, the point that I was in my life, there were so many colors, like even what's on my eyes right now, that I would have never worn. Because I had convinced myself that I could not wear them. This eye is my trouble eye. And it's very difficult to do it with just my phone as the mirror. The mirror. My goodness. I need it to drop like 10 degrees, you guys. It needs to be colder. Oh, crap. I tell you, it smells my fear and it knows. It knows. So I will clean that up afterwards when I'm off. There we go. We got one. We got one. Anyways, we go out today. Just I don't know. Enjoy the euphoria that comes with Fridays, I guess. I love Fridays. They're my favorite. And it's really, really, really my favorite because it's actually my Friday. Kind of. Okay, so why does it look like that one looks? Does that look even? It looks even to me. Kind of. I don't know. It looks kind of even. I'm going to take it. I wouldn't throw a stick at it. Would not throw a stick at it. Oh, so we're going to go in, get some cat ears, and then I'm going to come on here a little bit later, and we're going to do a Q&A. We're going to talk. And so any questions that you guys have for me, feel free to ask them on these two videos. There's two from today. Ask them on the videos or ask them on the questions post that I'll be posting a little bit later. And then you can obviously ask them while we're live as well. And they do not have to be makeup related. They can be whatever. I know that some of you are really good at asking me tough questions that I have absolutely no answer to. But I'm happy to share what I've learned. What I have learned over time. And pain and time. I think that this is the first moment where I've been like completely open. Like I've tried a lot of like different weight loss stuff that I ordered from direct selling, and I posted pictures, you know, my befores, my afters, whatever. Some of them were really great, some of them weren't, and most of them were pretty expensive, because I think that that's a lot of us feel really insecure, and that was at a point where I felt really, really insecure. And what I found is the more I focused on it, the more of a problem I had. So the more I focused on my weight, the less weight I lost, if that makes any sense. And I was a really great customer because I would stay on stuff long enough, you know, to be sure that it either worked or it didn't work, and sometimes even longer, well after I knew it wasn't working. And different energy things, because I do suffer from fatigue really bad. That's skittish. That's pink. We don't want pink. We want red. Rojo. There we go. I think I still have a little bit of hottie on there. which I am going to apply the hottie over the top as well. So I'll show you what that looks like too. I'm going with a lip stain today. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. What do you guys think? Do you like it? I figured that would be super pretty for today. Anyways, I did all this stuff, and I spent all this money because that was like a huge thing that I told myself every day. And so the more I focused on it, I would constantly go up and down. And then I found that I became a number. I felt like my happiness pinged a number on a scale. And I felt like I wasn't able or worthy of happiness because fat people shouldn't be happy and it's not right. And I kind of like got into this really unhealthy, even more unhealthy mindset. And it just kind of continued to derail and roll from there. And I've done all these things, and some of them were really great. And I just decided that, I'd kind of hit a plateau for a long period of time. And it was a considerable amount of money. And there were other things that I would rather do than do that, because I'd hit this peak and I kind of like stayed at this peak. And I didn't feel necessarily any better about myself. So I'd posted my befores and my afters. But this journey of learning to love myself has been really, for the last 10 months, 100% transparent. I've been on here every single day for the most part. I think I've only missed a couple due to lack of reception or whatever. And I've checked in with you guys all the time because I absolutely love you. And I found that that's my passion, like, is loving on people and letting people know that regardless of their pant size, or regardless of where they feel that their life is at, or where they want to be, or maybe not necessarily meeting the expectations they've set for themselves, that that's okay. And that everybody does things on their own time and in their own moments. But there's so many successful things. I mean, I've heard from friends go, well, I'm nothing but a mom. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm just a stay-at-home mom. Just a stay-at-home mom? Hello? That's a lot of work. Seriously. Cleaning a house and keeping after children, that's a lot of work. So you're not just a stay-at-home mom. That's something to be proud of. That means that you're strong. That means that you're amazing, that you can function under extreme chaos. And most people cannot do that. So you're not just those things, or I just sell this product, or I just do this. No, that's not a just. You started your own business. You're investing in yourself. When you invest in yourself, other people will invest in you as well. Because if you're not willing to invest in yourself, it makes people a little bit skeptic of whether they're willing to invest in you. So if you're describing yourself as I'm just this, or I'm just that, we need to help. We need to get you through to understand what an amazing feat that is. You know, if you suffer from, and you have a disability, if you suffer like I do from multiple sclerosis, hello, it's a victory that I got up every day. It's a victory that I get out of bed. It's a victory that I'm able to get anything completed. Hi, April. You know, it's amazing that I can get anything completed in the day. That's not a just. That's not a That's not any of those things. And we tend to take a societal view on that, and we tend to think about that in a societal standard, and so we adapt that. I am great. How are you? we adapt that as our personal impression and our personal feeling about ourselves. And we take that and we accept that, oh, I can't be happy because I'm fat. I should never be happy. I should never be happy being fat. Because that's glorifying unhealthiness. Regardless of whether you're active or you're not active, you know, basically saying that somebody's worth lies in their pant size, that's a lie. Thank you. Thank you, love. Thank you. That's a lie. Your worth does not lie in your pant size. Your worth does not lie in those places. But yet there are a million different people out there that want you to believe. I'm going to try this again. I'm going to get really up close there for a second. That are going to try and convince you that that's exactly where it does lie. And I was no exception to that. Like I said, I was spending hundreds of dollars on different weight loss dealies. I am jacking this up, you guys. It knows that I'm afraid of it today, and it's like making me pay for it. It just gets thicker every time. Eventually I'm going to have eyeliner that's this thick. You guys can laugh at me then. I'm going to have to fix that off camera. I don't think I'm going to be able to fix that, you guys. Oh, thank you, darling. Anyway, so we describe ourselves as I'm just this. I'm unworthy. I'm unable. I don't deserve it. Wrong. Wrong. You know, and society kind of has adapted that impression, and so we adapt that as our own impression. And so then we continue to spread this like it's some kind of awful, horrible disease. Okay, dear. You know, we spread this like it's an awful, horrible disease because we believe that we're not worthy of being happy. We're not good enough to be happy. We're not good enough to be loved. We're not enough for the world. Somebody told me yesterday, oh, I'm just a janitor. Just a janitor? Holy cow, that's a big job. It's an underrated job, but you're not just a janitor. You're amazing. And just because everybody doesn't see that doesn't mean that you shouldn't know that. Because you work hard. Because you're worthy of love. Every person is worthy of being loved regardless of their pant size, of their job, of their status, whatever that might be. Once we find it within ourselves, then we can then share it with others. And we can then make our lives better. We can make other people well, I guess we can help other people find their joy, find their happiness, find the things they're truly passionate at, find the things that they can really truly make a difference on. But we can't do that as long as we're stuck in that zone where we're like, oh, I can't be happy because I'm this, or I don't deserve happiness because of this, or, you know, I did this, or I did that. And that's just, it's such a sad way that we've allowed that thinking to be what consumes us in our everyday life, in our everyday existence. So whatever you are today, remember that you are beautiful. Remember that you are worthy of being loved, and that you have the capabilities of changing that mindset to actually see your worth instead of devaluing you. And that your value does not lie in somebody else's impression or opinion of you. And if anybody wants to make you feel beneath them, remember they were already below you to begin with. And that's the truth. They were already below you to begin with. And it's okay to love yourself regardless of your pant size. You are worthy of being loved. If you're a single mom, if you're a mom, a stay-at-home mom, don't ever use the words just to describe what you do. Because your job is endless. I know that with 6 kids, I'm constantly doing something. I am always having to do something for my babies. And they're all still babies, even though they're not technically babies anymore, except for the one. I'm going to hold on to that as long as I can. He was kind of like my last, I don't know, he was my last kid, and I knew that going into it. He was kind of my miracle baby. I wasn't supposed to be able to have kids anymore, and then I found out I was pregnant with him, and obviously really, really elated. So he got to have, I kind of just allowed more with him because I knew it was the last one. It was the last time that I was going to sit there and hold somebody while they took their naps. You know, with the exception of my kids getting sick, they don't really like that so much anymore. The teenagers are like, Mom, stop it. Mine will still hug me in public, and they will walk with me everywhere. I don't have to drop them off a block away or anything like that, which I am eternally grateful for. But in that same tone, it's just like I embraced all of the things about the last little one. You know, he didn't have as much pressure. I breathed all of it in and kind of just held on to it and wanted him to stay as little as possible, as long as possible, because all of the rest of them were all older and are now teenagers. And I know that little babies turn into teenagers. So I just kind of like held on to that, knowing that it was my last kid. Do you guys have that, like with your last, and you know it was your last? Because I had a tubal ligation afterwards. So I knew that that was my last. And I had to just kind of accept that. And I didn't love it, but I had some complications with him, and it was pretty evident that I needed to be done. I was hospitalized like the last 2 weeks, and it was terrible. But my pregnancy was pretty awesome. I didn't have any of the MS symptoms, and I wasn't as tired, and I wasn't in as much pain, and I didn't feel sick all the time. So that part of it was really good, but my blood pressure got really high towards the end, and they had hospitalized me for it and really wanted to take him via C-section. I was pretty adamant that that didn't happen, only because I get infections so easy with having a compromised immune system. So I didn't want to have like a big incision, and I didn't want to risk that getting infected. My tubal ligation got infected. That's how sensitive my immune system is. I am looking for my black liner, and I cannot find it, you guys. I cannot find it to save me right now. And I know I just used it yesterday. But anyway, so all of those things, you do amazing feats every day. And you're worthy of being loved and having happiness in your life. I'm going to have to clean that up with a Q-tip. I cannot fix it, you guys. I cannot. I keep trying, though. Yes. That we can work with. But I hope you understand that, and I hope you know that with every fiber in your being, that you are worthy of those things. Oh, Pamela, you're an MS sister. So you totally get it. Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. I mean, when we're dealing with that, if you battle with depression, sometimes getting out of bed every day, that is a worthy accolade of, you should have like a whole crowd cheering you on as you go, because that's a huge feat. And we just kind of like justify it as, oh, I'm just this, I'm just a janitor, I'm just a mom, I just am disabled, I'm just disabled, I'm useless, I'm worthless. And we have to stop doing that, number one, because you have value, and your value is not any of the things that you have or that you deal with. In fact, those things should be increasing your value. Those things, for somebody with MS who fights fatigue and fights that battle every single day, you should know how hard you work to be where you're at and to be doing what you're doing. Every day that I can write or draw with my hand, you guys, because I wasn't able to for so long, it's like, it's a praise Jesus moment. It's like, whew, praise Jesus, I can write my name today. I'm just kind of like my walk around cheerleader. Sometimes I have to cheer myself up because it is those little moments. It is just those little things that we take for granted every single day. But if you ever lost that ability, if you ever lost that ability to do that, and as our kids grow up and as we go on through our life, and our kids become so much of our identity. If you're so-and-so's mom, then you know that's what I get called in Walmart, is one of my kids' mom. Hey, that's so-and-so's mom. You kind of lose your own name, right? So, but all of those things, that's a beautiful feat. It's a beautiful thing that you do every single day. And just being able to get up and to have somebody tell you that you're not worthy. Absolutely. Some days are almost improbable. That's why I have to have flexible hours. That's why I got to do what I do. Because I can't work full-time, and that was a whole identity crisis all on its own, and I've talked about that in previous videos, where I went through an identity crisis with the only identity that I had for myself was my work ethic and how hard I worked. And when I wasn't able to do that anymore, you know, okay, yeah, everybody's like, oh, for the first, you know, whatever. For the first month, maybe it was okay, and I didn't feel too terribly bad, and it was kind of nice to not have to go somewhere or be under those expectations. But eventually I lost my identity. I got so depressed, and I just closed everybody out, and then just violated trust and trust issues, and you couple that on top of it, I literally became almost a shut-in. Simply because I was just mortified of going out. I was mortified of being a part of everyday life and being a part of people. I mean, I love people fiercely, but I also fear them, and I have a very healthy dose of fear towards people. Not so much anymore, but I did. I did at one point. When my self-esteem pended when somebody was telling me what they were telling me, and that happened for way too long. I hate to admit that, but I allowed that for way too long. So what makeup am I doing today? I did a bright red lip, and then I'm going to do winged eyeliner. I'm actually looking for my black eyeliner to do my bottom, to do the bottom piece. That's what I'm trying to hunt down right now. And I've kind of got it all spread out everywhere, you guys. Nope, that's pink. A pink. We don't want pink. I just kind of did a softer look on my eyes so that I could do the bold red lips. And then I'm going to put some Hottie over the top, and it's now probably dry enough to do that. So. Oh, my goodness. I don't know what I did with it, you guys. I seriously don't know. I keep looking, and I cannot find it. So we may have to just not worry about that and just put our mascara on anyways. I will finish out my wings. I will try to complete this eye, and then I'm going to do my brows really quick. I get busy talking, Deb, I'm sorry. My son's in the hallway killing spiders. Well, a spider. Okay, Jamie, on the giveaway, I've got to go in to get the cat ears today, and then I will come back, and I will do another video tonight, and we will decide how we're going to do it and how many days it's going to be open, and all that fun jazz. So, because I really want your guys' input on how long we want to be able to have that open. And I have some stuff that I want to add to it that I cannot announce here. But I will message the winner with what's going to be in it as well. So that other eye I will do in a minute. I'm not going to try and fix that eye yet. Anyway, so we go through these different phases in our life, and I think that we forget that. And we kind of just allow the societal expectations to devalue who we are as people, and we allow certain parts of things that would really be considered cruelty if we really broke it down to become acceptable. And that's where we have to work really hard on changing that, because your value is not in those things. It just isn't. And it doesn't matter necessarily what the rest of the world thinks of you. That's irrelevant. Your self-esteem does not lie in other people's opinions. I always tell people, I'm like, that's somebody else's opinion, and that's really truly about me. You know, that's somebody else's opinion about me, and that's truly none of my business. It's none of my business what your opinion of me is. Because if you focus on that, it gets you down and it just defeats you. And you get into this cycle, and it's hard to break it. It's hard to get outside of that. Let's do, there it is. Okay, so I'm just using the Brunette Brow Palette. That's what I'm doing. And if there's anything else that I've used already, if you missed the first half of the video, just you can ask me and I'll tell you what it was. The stain is called Shameless. And I used a Steam lash growing serum before I put the Epic mascara on. And then I have a dip draw liner in the color Perfect that I did my wings with. That totally knew that I was afraid of it. Hello, Gloria. How are you, gorgeous? I'm going to go in with the wax first for my brows and just kind of lay it out, somewhat shape it how I want it. I am fantastic. It's Friday. So, I love Fridays. Fridays are my favorite day ever. They're usually not my Fridays, but I love them. I love Fridays, you guys. I absolutely adore them. So I will have to go in with the darker pigment. Color 2, it doesn't really have a name. And then I always brush the little hairs up, especially at the front of my brow. Towards the back, I'll leave them alone. But at the front. I know, you guys love my ears, which is why I'm going to get you a pair to do a giveaway with today. I'm actually going, so I'll be on again. I'll be on twice today. Well, 3 times, because this was a 2-part video. So, when I get back, probably sometime this evening around 7:30. If you haven't followed me or liked my page, do that. Or friend request me, whatever. Friend request me so that you can actually see them. I will be going on a little bit later and we will be doing a Q&A. So any question that you have, I won't be doing a makeup look because we're going to be talking about the giveaway, how we're going to do that. And because I'd like your guys' input, like how you want it done. So it's for you. You guys love them, so let's get you a pair of cat ears. And I may just get 2 pairs and choose 2 winners. So These are my favorite. Ever. So I'm glad that you all love them. And I would love for you to be able to have a pair. Well, and that's it. I mean, I know that you and I believe you and I are friends on Facebook. So feel free to friend me. You guys can always feel free to message me if you have any questions about anything, or if you just want to like vent or talk, because that's the most important thing to me, is my people and my friendships and my family. So if you need somebody to talk to and whatever, I'm there. Okay, those look kind of sort of even. So I'm going to call that a victory, because we just have to remember that they're sisters. They're not twins. I actually shoot for just looking like distant relatives. Do they look like they're related? I think they do. So we're going to take it. We're going to take it. That is the brunette brow palette that I just put on my brows. In fact, everything that I have, you can order off my link that's on my... I didn't have the... Hold up the kitty claws. So, these are kind of like really cool. They change colors. They go from like a purple blue, a blue to a purple, and then they kind of go to like a cream, and then they have gold streaks. Ironically, they're called cat eyes. Oh, the irony. I'm going to try. I'm not going to try on here, on camera. That eye is my troubled eye, you guys. So one I have troubles with, and my liquid liner smells my fear. And it's been giving me a little bit of a fuss all day. I think that my vision... Yeah, it's kind of like that. I'm really, actually really surprised at how well it turned out. And that it did kind of... I thought it was going to be more blue. But I've fallen in love with them, I have to say. I will probably do a different color of them in the future. I usually like... And I like the sparkle. I like that they sparkle and they have that kind of... like. It's almost chromatic. It's almost like that chrome feel to them, where they radiate and change colors. So, let's get a highlight on. I don't know what color of highlight I want to do today. I don't know. Let's do iridescent. Let's do iridescent. And I'm going to grab one of my brushes real quick and do a highlight on my brow as well. I don't so much use the highlighter that comes in the brow palette, but I do love it. I just like it as a shadow instead of a... So I'm just going to like dig in here with my little brush. And just kind of like do the top upper part of your three. And then I also like to highlight just down below. With hooded eyelids, it makes it look a little bit larger, like there's a little bit more than there is, and it kind of even will give you the illusion of an arch where there might not be one. And then we'll go in with the fish and blend this bad boy out. And that's pretty much it. The stick is it's a cream to powder, so when it dries it goes to a powder, which is I think what I love about it. I love that about it, I have to say. And then I will take my kitty cat ears. These are the most comfortable about the cat ears. I have to say, these are the most comfortable, like the most comfortable headband I've ever worn. I've never forgotten to take off a headband before, you guys. But I have literally, in the last 2 weeks, I have gone out probably 4 times wearing these because I'd completely spaced it off. And then I'll catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror and go, oh my goodness, I still have my cat ears on. I'm that lady. I am that person right now. Fortunately, it is the month of October, so most people are like, oh, she's just cutely dressing up. But no, I use these ears year-round. Where do you get them? Okay. This one, or this one, or this one. These are pretty much my main staples. I have one of these for contouring too. In fact, I think it's right here. This is my contour one. Is it the big fish ones or the little fish ones? The big fishies. I actually get these. I got this set and these from the same girl. A good friend of mine she does makeup brushes. She sells makeup brushes. And I like, because she can try them out and see if they're soft. I'm always worried that I'm going to get a makeup brush that's not soft. So she does those. That's where I got those from. And then this one is the Moda Prismatic Face Perfecting Kit. It's out of the Face Perfecting Kit that you can buy at Walmart by Royal Nickel. It's actually Moda, but Royal Nickel actually is who made them. I love them. I need a unicorn set though. I feel like overpoweringly that I need a unicorn set. So we're going to do a Q&A video a little bit later in the day, probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, or whatever Pacific time. Be about 7:30. I will jump on, we'll do a Q&A. So if you have questions for me, you can ask them here in the comments or in the other videos. And then I'm also going to put up a comment post. So if you guys want to ask questions there, so that they're guaranteed to get answered. And then, of course, I'll answer them live as well. And it does not have to be makeup related for that. And we'll discuss the giveaway and all that kind of stuff. Because I do want to I'm going to purchase the cat ears right now. And when I get back, I'll do it this evening. And we'll go on and we'll talk about it and figure out how we want to do the giveaway. Because I want you guys to have a lot of input in how you want that giveaway done. I love you. I hope you have a blessed day, and that you just embrace all the glory and all the beautiful pieces of you. They're all you, and you are worthy of being loved in your current state and where you're at. Just the way you are, because you're the only you. I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye. It'll be Pacific, Deb. So I'm in Pacific. So right now, I can't tell. Let's see. Hold on. Gavin? What time is it? It's 1:28 right now, my time. So I will be back on here about 7:30, and we'll do the cat ear. I love you guys. Have a great day.